cinematics and some stuff for Crysis, and he's just been a Wing Commander fan like forever. And he did it. So he basically we did a deal with Crytek that he gets to work on some of this stuff like in his after hours, and so he basically cranked all that stuff out after doing his work during the day at Crytek. So we had a team here doing stuff, and then he was doing the final cinematic setup and renderings and stuff like that. And it was all done in Engine, except we cut it. And I don't know, we may have some over the shoulder behind the scenes series, but you can see one of our artists actually in that scene moving around and stuff, which is kind of the amazing thing is you can have stuff in the real-time engine that in the past you used to have on like $1 million SGI machines. But yeah, no, it's fun, and along the lines of what we used to do back in Origin, it's all meant to be in fiction. It's all sort of building the world up. So it's not so much just like proper advertising. It's advertising 800 years in the future from this fictional ship manufacturer, but it's all about creating the world and the immersion of it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the old SGIs. I still remember the refrigerator or two sized SGI we bought you early in the Wing Commander arc. I don't even know how much money we paid for that 1 terabyte of memory, and now all of my computers, including my laptops, have a terabyte of memory in them now because my Dropbox for all my photos is a terabyte. So the terabyte of memory is what, $100?
No. So the Onyx computer that we had, which EA gave us, was I think $1 million. I remember that when I left the Origin and did DA, and we set up and we were doing the Wing Commander movie, we had half a terabyte of SGI RAID storage, and I believe that cost us something like $500,000. And the individual workstations were like $65,000 each, including the software. And then we had a Onyx 2 or something, which I think was a $600,000 or $700,000. So yeah, we spent literally millions of dollars on the SGI equipment and stuff. And pretty much most laptops now blow past it. It's crazy. Which is by the way is another example of sort of the democratization, because you don't really need to have a 3D Max or something still costs a Maya still costs $3,000, but you can get student versions of those almost for free, and then there's plenty of other free software like Blender and stuff, and and a laptop you can buy for $700 or $600 will be able to run a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean it's actually kind of a good sign going forward for people to learn, and I think one of the challenges our industry has is training people to be skilled in it, because it's been a growing industry and there aren't really that many. There's more and more, but in the past there weren't really any courses for it. So I mean, I guess Warren's doing something now at UT, which is good. Another Origin ex-compatriot of ours. But I'm actually kind of excited by that. I think there's a lot of talent out there that maybe wasn't not to the same amount around when we were first doing games 20 odd years ago.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm actually amazed that for example, with our community outreach right now for content, I've really been incredibly amazed at the level of development talent that exists even within our the general community of largely self-taught, semi-professional development skill.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think, and that's kind of why like modding tools and all that stuff is a good thing, because not only that, it's people can do their own stuff, and it's also a great way to find the next superstar that like comes in and says, "Oh, I did this." I mean, we have Dan Tracy, who's one of our technical designers. His brother Sean Tracy, who's sort of like the lead Crytek technical artist and does all the demos. Whenever you see someone demoing CryEngine, it's usually Sean Tracy. But they're two brothers, and they actually started to work at Crytek. We hired Dan from Crytek earlier this year. But they started to work at Crytek because they did a big mod. They did, I think, MechWarrior Living Legends, and they modded Crysis, I think, 1 for it. And Crytek saw what they did, and they're like, "Wow, you guys did this really awesome work. Do you want to work for us?" And they kind of went to work at Crytek. And so I think that's partly, modding is a great way for people that are interested in making games.